Just like food is essential for survival of our body, sex is essential for survival of our species. Well, actually it's true virtually for all life on this earth. There are very few organisms which reproduce without a mate and all by themselves. Certain single-cell organisms and bacteria can reproduce by multiplying through fission, an example of asexual reproduction. If we consider energy generated through food as the cause of all body activity, almost similar comparison can be made between energy generated through sexual activity being the cause of origin of all species, and also their continued survival on the earth. So will you call sex good or bad? Well, if it is so natural and essential for our existence, logically it can't be bad. Then why are there so many taboos and guilts associated with such a natural phenomenon? It appears that it may not be sex itself, but the pleasure associated with it which everyone is against subconsciously. The curse of civilization, or let us call it pseudo-civilization of our times, is perhaps responsible for this state. Modern civilization lays too much emphasis on human intellect and a disproportionate or rather no emphasis on our intuitive intelligence which connects us to cosmic energies. The intellect will always look for mechanics involved in a natural activity and therefore work towards titillation rather than pleasure. The result is obvious. Now we have robotic sex mates. Now let's look at our ancient wisdom coming through our forgotten heritage. Our body is a mini-universe and all its parts, organs and energies correspond to similar energies in the cosmos. Creation of sexes was carefully crafted strategy by Lord Brahma, the creator himself, in association with Shiva, after due consideration of other alternative, that is asexual reproduction for continuation of life. After creating sexes, the Lord introduced attraction and pleasure in the entire game. The legend is that the intensity of attraction was so much that the Lord himself wanted to possess his own daughter he created. If there was no pleasure in the sexual activity for both sexes, why would they make love and create progeny? Our literature is full of texts which contain detailed and profound discussion and findings of ancient researchers who dealt with the subject of sex, or let's call it making love. Our ancient texts are like compendiums having details about the joy of union of man and woman. There is a whole art of seduction with 64 unique skills on how to attract a potential mate. The most famous of our texts is Kama Sutra by Rishi Vatsyasan. Kama Sutra goes into an in-depth study, or rather it is an encyclopedia of not only innumerable sexual postures but also various do's and don'ts on how to make love and with whom and why. Quite a few depictions of Kama Sutra postures are seen on the outside walls of world-famous Khajuraho temples in Madhya Pradesh, India. The Sanskrit word for sex is sambhog, which means enjoying together, with an intent to understand and harness sexual energies for utilizing them for higher pursuits. Naturally, therefore, there is very little room for robotic sex in such a culture of celebration. Well, holistic study of sex is perhaps more profound and important than study of food. Modern pseudo-civilization is yet to recognize that. Rich Life will soon come up with more videos on this, one of the most important aspects of life.